What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Lenovo Legion Go S with SteamOS and the Z1 Extreme chipset gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna check out Hell Is Us. I do not believe I had this thing when I tested the demo out, so this will be this thing's first time playing it. But if we can get playable FPS on the Allies, we should be able to get playable FPS on here, unless SteamOS is just the ineffective one this time. It goes both ways. Some games will run much better on SteamOS, and some games will run a little better on the Allies. More often than not, though, this guy seems to pull ahead, probably from the less private overhead from the OS and everything. SteamOS does not use very much RAM and all that stuff, and then therefore it also has more RAM, 32 versus 24, so it can also have more VRAM, 10 versus 8. Although I don't feel like too many times that'll help you out, but hey, every once in a while I've played some games that are just so VRAM inefficient that has saved me, where you can't play it on the Ally original Z1 Extreme, but you can on the Ally X and on this. So, and the Steam Decks also usually use 6 gigs, so they usually are out too in those situations. But anyway, why don't we hop on into the game and let's see what this thing can do. Now, even though we haven't tested it before, I already know it's not gonna play nice if we go and do 1200p and all that stuff. So I'm gonna do the same thing. We'll do like 800p or something like that. But now to the game. So here we go with the settings for the Lenovo Legion Go S here. Now, this one seemed to have some issues here, and I was almost going to say, oh wow, I guess it's not playable, but it seemed like it just hated being hooked up to the capture computer, because after I just did it in handheld mode, we went for like, I think 12 minutes or something and didn't have a single issue, so I don't know why it would have an issue with that, but hey, first time for everything. So, why don't we go hop in, we'll get a little bit of gameplay here, you'll see it crash a few times, and then we'll switch over to the camera recorded portion and get a lot more gameplay. Well, alright, let's try to get a little camcorder gameplay. Maybe it just doesn't like being hooked up to the capture computer. I doubt it. I have a feeling it just doesn't really want to run on this thing right now. Now, maybe on the Allies side I got to the same spot, they would have done the same stuff too, but... It's a shame too, because it's not getting obviously the best frame rate in the world, but it's at least in the 60s sometimes. And I do believe these things are still, this and the Allies are still under the minimum spec by quite a bit, so can't be too mad if it does crash. You're scared. I've gathered. Alright, why don't you go in there and distract that one? I blocked that. You're done now. Apparently a time loop guardian has been killed. I have no idea what that means, but hey. Well, that's neat looking. Alright, well we were able to get a little further than before. Oh shit. I'm so dead here. There we go. Man, this is fucking me up. Alright, I believe it was that one, wasn't it? Oh no. Oh yeah, didn't do that right either. I think you said you could heal if you hit that at the right time. But alright, killed them. I didn't think so. Couldn't be that easy. So we probably have to find some shit before we can go in there. watch. It's just like right up there, but we can't get up there, so doubtful. Alright, before we go back, am I missing anything else here? Ooh, it looks like you can go in here. Yes, I am missing something. I bet you there's something to pick up in here. No? Well then I stand corrected. Can't always be right after all. Over here too, just make sure there's not just like a way to go. Looks all crumbled and broken, but you never know. Yeah, doesn't really look like there's anything there. Alright, well, we'll have to come back to this place once we find whatever we're supposed to find to insert into that thing, so. Ooh, that feels so much better. Gotta crack all my feet and ankles and whatnot. Been standing in the same position for way too freaking long. Alright then, I'm starting to wonder. I wonder what way is the right way to go then. If that's not the right way. Well, it probably is the right way, but I gotta get something else done first. Then I found another place that's also needs like a couple like cube looking things. And if we go down here, there's things to fight, but I don't know. Might be a way to go somewhere down here. Do that. But I think that's it. We don't got snow wars. We got it. Oh, that's just a little red light. I was like, oh, is that an item pickup? Oh, I did forget that though. Yeah, it looks like it just didn't like being hooked up to the capture computer. Glad I came over here and gave it a shot instead of just being like, oh yeah, nah, it's for sure just not stable. Because other people would be like, what are you talking about? At least now we can manually save and keep all that XP, but now we got no heals and stuff though. That's the one lame part about that. Yeah, I think there was also another thing up here, but I don't know how to get in there either. It had like cubes or something like that. Yeah, I think it was right up there or something like that. Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, see, it looks like we need to put two little cube things in like that bottom one or it won't let us in. And I do not know where those are yet. So yeah, if you're somebody who wants to play in handheld mode, it seems fine, but if you're somebody who wants to like dock it and use it like a computer, it might crash on you. Although maybe it's just a thing where it hates my capture card, and if I use just a normal monitor, it would have been fine. No clue, really. Yeah, and then that just leads up to a way I'm pretty sure is not the way to go either. But I think that's probably more than good, so why don't we go ahead and go wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Hell Is Us on the Lenovo Legion Go S with SteamOS and the Z1 Extreme chipset. And at first I almost had to say it is not stable and unplayable, but I'm glad I gave it a shot at handheld mode because it didn't seem to have any issues then. Couldn't even make it 3 or 4 minutes before. We played more than double that time in handheld mode and it didn't have a single issue. So I don't know if it was just a issue it was having with my capture card, or maybe it just doesn't like to be hooked up. This particular game doesn't like being hooked up to a monitor of any kind. But most people use these in handheld mode, but for the few people that use them as like a little desktop replacement, well, I don't know. You might be SOL on this particular game. You might have to just suck it up and play in handheld mode, which isn't bad. 8-inch screen, 800p, and this game doesn't look that bad. And you at least get pretty playable FPS, but it really didn't do any better or worse than the Ally. Although, it did lose out to them in the capture card mode. They didn't have that issue. They let me play like 7, 8, 9 minutes or something like that, I believe. Whereas this couldn't even make it 3 without crashing while hooked up to the capture computer. So, gotta give the Allies a win there, but to most people, that's a moot point. They're not hooking up their shit to a capture computer, so in just a performance standpoint, they're pretty damn equal. But every once in a while, this thing will, well, actually more often than not, I think I've still got more games I've tested on this where it gets more FPS than it does on the Allies, than not, but this one seems pretty damn equal. But I'll take that over it doing worse, or just having both of them do horrible on this game, being completely unplayable and always crash no matter what, so I'll take it, you know? Especially when they're all under the minimum spec by quite a bit. But in any case, that is all for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.